Throw him out in the cold. Don't give him his jacket. Don't give him. Continuing off this, possibly the last part of our coverage of Lightbringer, our live reading of Lightbringer, the classic.
It's important,
Lightbringer.
important deconstruction. Finally, somebody's going and doing it.
I can't believe it took this long.
Man, these streets are so clean, and then there's just like an entire field of grass next to this skyscraper.
Well, we better hurry because we got 14 more issues to get through.
Yeah,
oh boy.
Lots of good shit. So, here, I'm already on the page, the fucking next page. With the news report.
AMP.
The first two chapters are Let There Be Light, parts 1 and 2.
Wow. So such a good title, he had to use it both times.
Lovehug titled his opening Lightbringer story. He named it after a quote from God.
Good job, God.
Right out of the Bible.
Mm-hmm. By Lewis Lovehog and also God.
God co-wrote this.
Big ups to the big guy upstairs.
This is all that's left of St. Peter's original screenplay.
Anyways, what happens next? I can't wait to find out.
Looks like the news, and there's stock updates underneath.
Great.
Came swooping down from atop a building, his eyes glowing, his hands shot out 2 beams of light, down at the muggers, saving my wife and I. Was like an angel. All he asked from me was to use my phone so he could call the police and let them know where the guy was after he had knocked him out. He even was nice enough to escort me back home. So he had to borrow this lady's phone to call the sad police because his phone was still in his pants pocket after he took his clothes off to fight crime naked.
Yes, he was completely bare-ass naked. He can make a suit out of light constructs, but he can't make a pocket in that suit because that's just asking too much, of course. But this chick also clearly has a Watchman button, like the happy face with the fucking streak of blood on it.
Great job.
Yeah, good job. Nice reference there. Very fitting, too.
Very telling. Yes.
I'm sure Alan Moore is like really impressed with that.
From one end of Pharaoh City to another, people are talking about him. The question in everyone's lips is, of course, who is Lightbringer? I'm the luckiest guy alive.
Yeah, his parents are fucking blown into salsa in an alley somewhere.
And his first chance to be a hero, he completely botched.
Yeah, he let a woman be raped. This guy couldn't be more lucky. I mean it's kind of based, I suppose.
It's
AF.
probably one of the most endearing elements of his character.
Yes,
is that
he just let a woman be raped. He tried to act like he felt bad about it.
First opportunity to stop a rape, and he's just like. Nah, instead, he runs.
Like, no, it might be too hot. It's too hot for me to stop it.
He runs more than he's ever run in his life away from being able to stop the rape.
That rape was really hot. It would be wrong of me to end somebody else's fun as a pacifist, after all.
He just ran. He ran all night and day.
He couldn't get away.
From his own conscience.
Tank is really
a beam of light shines down on him.
I mean it. Who else can say they're the world's first superhero? No.
Again, his parents are fucking dead. Is that all? I mean, he seems very shallow. Yes. We've already established he is incredibly fucking shallow.
It's actually kind of unfortunate. He comes off as a very shallow person. Right in the beginning of the second chapter. Yes. We're only like 15 pages in or something.
His parents were gunned down in a filthy alley by muggers, and he lives in the worst city in the Midwest.
Probably on the planet.
Aside from like Somalia. That was it. He couldn't take it personally. The muggers were more happy to see his parents die than he was. He was sad to see his parents to see his parents die.
So whatever.
He runs a failing furniture store. This is the luckiest guy
that sells
alive.
gay
He has
furniture
to take
to
money.
losers.
He has to take money from rapists and slavers in order to keep his furniture store open.
His furniture, poor.
His furniture costs tens of thousands of dollars. He's clearly gouging his customers.
He's so poor he can't even afford a superhero costume, and he has to fight crime completely fucking naked.
He's so poor he can't pay attention.
He should sing a solo. You know what he should do? He should sing a solo.
He's gay.
So low you can't hear it.
Okay, the cape can get in the way.
You're doing the wrong voice. You're doing the wrong voice. What voice would
the cape can get in the way sometimes?
What voice would be easier?
Takes a lot of concentration. But who cares? I'm cleaning up Pharaoh City, and I'm doing a damn good job.
That's trouble. Now I hate him again because he's so trying to justify the cape.
Cape.
He's flying around naked except for the constructs that make up his uniform, but then he also has a cape, which he doesn't even like, but he's still using it. And it's like, you'd be naked if not for these powers. Could you just lose the cape then?
Yeah.
Here's a question. His power set is light manipulation, right?
Yeah.
How do you translate that into being able to fly? And also, why is he a blonde now?
Because he becomes the Aryan Ubermensch.
But yeah, he's able to fly because he's able to burn his hands hotter than the sun, which is like 9,000 degrees.
Yeah, possibly 20. His hands become 20,000 degrees. So anyone who comes near just dies instantly, and the roads buckle when he flies
he's
over
altering the fucking climate.
He's got 20,000 degree hands, and it's warming up the air around his hands, and the warm air rises upwards, lifting him into the air. I got it.
And
all that so he can fly. Even though he could apparently run, he's capable of running.
He is capable of running away.
He's bad at running, though.
Because he's gay.
He's been neglecting his cardio.
The one thing he can do is run away from rapes.
Yeah, but that's one thing that doesn't get mentioned so far. He stopped some more muggings, but every time he sees a rape, he's like, nah, I'm out of here.
I won't get involved in this. This is not... I'm a pacifist.
Yeah, it would be wrong. Plus, what if I kill the guy?
I'm trying to not become a pacifist anymore, but it's got to be baby steps.
He's got strong morals. But also, it's funny.
He's got strong morals. Women still need to be raped.
He's just learned how to fly off panel, and we don't see him being like, wow, flying sure is good. I have all this fun. I'm going into the clouds. Like, there's some movies with great scenes of like superheroes who learn how to fly for the first time. Like, wow.
Man of Steel actually managed to do that right, even though the rest of the movie is
the rest
really
of the movie is a fucking nightmare disaster. But that and to be honest, Chronicle actually did it even better, though.
All of the facets of this story that make Carter Granholm an interesting and relatable character, they all happen off camera.
Yeah.
Off panel.
In ways that where they could have been drawn in the panel right there, but instead it's just another drawing of him standing there moping or fucking just standing there, basically.
Self-satisfied with how he can fly.
That's one thing about doing art is, even if you're not good at art, it's about what you portray in the art, whether it's good or not. If you just portray the same stock, boring fucking poses, no matter how good the art is, it doesn't matter.
Who cares about anything else? He's the world's first superhero.
Oh, he can
also, I'm looking at this frame around the image of the comic, and I wonder if Louis Lovehog does Louis Lovehog do his own HTML too?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for Comic Genesis, you kind of had to design it yourself. You didn't have to make a physical table. Here's what he did. He probably had the HTML for a table with 2 cells, but he didn't know how to get rid of the one cell to just make it a single. He just wanted it to be the border, even though you don't need that.
That's the thing is, I forgot too, but then again, I basically forgotten most of my HTML skills in 2001.
Well,
maybe
yeah,
2002.
the thing is that I remember fiddling around with HTML because you didn't actually need an internet connection at some point if you just knew some of the tags. And I was like, oh, here's the table tag, and here's how many cells to put in it, and that kind of. And I fiddled around with it, and so I think I even knew years before this fucking comic how to make it so it was just the border around something, and then also how to get rid of it so it wasn't the border and fill it in with a specific color and all that shit. But
you could actually drag and drop and then just click a button and it would fucking automatically.
But I knew how to type the HTML like raw, basically. But
yeah,
clearly what he did was he had the HTML for a table that had 2 cells. He just leaves the first one blank, so it's this thin empty line, so it's a double line along the left side here.
You would probably not even notice it. In fact, I'm wondering if he did that for the. It looks like he did it for every other fucking page.
It's all the pages because for Comic Genesis you use a template that just gets used for every single page. So that means every page, like for however many pages this is, every page is going to have this basically 2-celled table where a fucking the first cell is just empty.
Does he not have the ability to fix that?
Well, this was not anymore, but the thing is, clearly, when he did have the ability to fix it, he didn't do anything about it.
Anyway, was it tonight alone I bagged 3... I can't do any impersonations of voices.
Tonight alone I
bagged 3 muggers, stopped 4 groups of slavers from taking new victims, and foiled a robbery attempt across town. The best part is the fact that I've managed to do this all without seriously hurting anyone.
He's somehow managed to do all of this without us seeing any of it.
Without seeing it. But wait,
you don't want to,
because you don't want himself.
You don't want to see that, do you?
Yeah, you didn't want to actually see
Boring.
that. Yeah, yawn fest, pish.
Yeah, but did the cops come and arrest the guys? Then I thought the cops were too sad to arrest
the cops. Maybe the cops are becoming happy from this, but that hasn't been. We need a little bit more of a wall of text at this point, I suppose.
Maybe the reason the cops were sad was because they weren't getting enough vitamin D.
They need a little sunlight. But here, he says without seriously hurting anyone, and then he describes how he seriously hurt some people.
Well, unless you count breaking a few bones as seriously hurting them.
Yeah. That is seriously hurting someone, though. You can literally kill somebody just by breaking one of their bones.
Still, I'm sure they'll get the finest medical treatment possible. Well, they rot in their cells.
And then he comes to their cells and vaporizes them. Oh wait, no, he's a pacifist. Wow, I love this next page. The art is actually even worse. Didn't think that was possible. Is there a description? Oh yeah, there is one. Holy shit! This is all right. Let's get through this page. This is not going to be pleasant.
Oh, I'll try my best. I may not be rich enough to make a bat cave.
I get it.
But I can use the warehouse that we use to keep inventory as a base of operations for my activities. So he has to... His crime-fighting headquarters is just full of overstock furniture.
It's just, yeah, that's the fucking extra part of the furniture warehouse. Well, he says here, hidden in a compartment near the old Christmas trees, I've made myself a second. So the fucking Christmas trees, because I guess nobody's going there except for maybe 1 month a year.
Wow.
I assume they're plastic ones too.
The gauntlets I made by melting down some unsold chairs from a few years ago and using some silver touch-up paint to make it silver to better match my costume. Was that a complete sentence?
Sort of. But you know what, though? This explains how the suit isn't a construct, then. It's an actual costume.
The purpose of the gauntlets, other than aesthetic reasons, is to give the impression that my light-controlling powers come from the gauntlets and not from my own, well, whatever it is that it really comes from.
Dick.
So he's hanging up his cape. The cape isn't a light construct either.
Unless it is, and he's hanging it up anyways. And it's like, this is completely pointless.
The cape and costume design were mine, albeit I admit I took some inspiration outside of my own little life. When I was young, my parents tried to keep me away from comic books, thinking they promoted violence as a method of solving problems.
You're saying that so evilly.
I read them in secret. The costume is actually inspired by, of all things, a supervillain.
That's why he wants to kill people so bad. But he's not. That makes him a good person.
But I think the look works for a guy in my position, too. The mask is my own innovation, though.
Good job.
Based on the lenses of sunglasses. They hide my eyes from detection while letting me see perfectly. He sees by bending light around the lenses of his sunglasses.
Good job. And also, they're sunglasses.
And frankly, I need the sunglasses angle. Anyway, I may be able to use light however way I
way I want, yeah.
However way I want.
I think he meant whatever way he wants, but whatever.
But my eyes are still susceptible to the brightness. The sunglasses take that brightness away. So even Carter Granholm is afraid of the light.
He's vulnerable to his own powers, essentially. Mm-hmm. Could he burn his own dick off, I wonder? I don't know.
He spent his misbegotten youth staring into the sun. It's the hair that I'm really proud of. It's just a generic touch-up paint for furniture.
I thought it's turning his fucking hair blonde, but he's spray painting his hair?
Designed to lighten it up a bit. Water won't remove it, but if I add 1 or 2 shampoos, I can get it out with ease.
I don't think that would work.
He fucking spray. It's a can of spray paint right there.
Literally
furniture.
Just straight up a can of Yellow's fucking furniture spray paint shit. I forgot. I actually didn't remember this because I usually never get this far. If I ever do try to read this, I completely phase out by this point. But holy shit, he's just spraying. You remember a woman actually did this where she gorilla glued her hair a few months ago, and she's like, it doesn't move anymore, and it's like, yeah, it's glue. You literally glued your hair.
So that's 2 reasons why he needs sunglasses now. One to protect his eyes from the light, and one to protect his eyes from the fucking yellow spray paint. That
which,
he takes a bath
will
in
not
every
come
morning.
out with 1 or 2 shampoos. You're destroying your hair, basically.
I'm also getting a lot of press thanks to my recent escapades. Few people have tried to take my picture, but whatever powers me somehow removes any features from photographs, digital or otherwise. Yeah, so
we still haven't. Where's the part
photo.
where someone gets their dick burned off? Oh, the cop here, the fucking Officer Flathead. Here, let's get through this part too.
Okay. I want to make this perfectly clear to everyone. Officially, we abhor the activities of any vigilante in this city and are actively trying to locate this Lightbringer. Unofficially, Well, unofficially, this guy has brought in more perps in 3 nights than we have in a month. If you encounter him, try to learn as much as you can, but otherwise stay out of his way. If we need to bring him in, I want to know as much as I can about him first. And if you do run into him, for the love of God, be careful. We don't know how he does it, but those lights of his can burn you real badly. He stumbled onto a rape that was occurring, gave the rapist second-degree burns on his back. God knows what else he's capable of.
It sounds like he started ass-fucking a rapist and burned his back.
Mm-hmm. If this guy is some comic book hero fetishist or something, we may try to contact one of you. He may try to contact one of you. Hope to get the police on his side. If anyone is contacted by him, let me know immediately. I'm not putting any of you in danger without putting myself in it first. In the meantime, get back to work. Lightbringer may patrol the night, but we work 24/7.
The fucking when I originally conceived this page, there were going to be other police officers. Oh gee, I wonder why not. Why you didn't fucking end up drawing them all in, including a detective who would become Lightbringer's contact. However, thanks to my ever-valiant efforts to integrate characters in their background, that didn't pan out. That's why Chief Crane's head doesn't show up in the first panel. What? He doesn't? Wow. You know what? Yeah, now that I see that, it's just really bad framing.
So, who's he talking to then?
He's supposed to be talking to other cops that Ligkarak just did. Yeah, and again, fucking, when I originally conceived this page, thanks to my ever-valiant effort, so, again, he's drawing this, but he gave the art credit to a different name.
Mm-hmm. But there's nobody else there. This guy's just yelling at his coffee mug.
Yes, yeah, he's yelling at a fucking newspaper in an empty chair.
Get back to work!
Get back to work, nobody. Maybe he's trying to motivate himself. It's at the next page. Oh yeah, here's the heh page also. But the next page is still him talking to nobody.
Yeah, easy for me to say we work 24/7. If the work we did was actually doing something, this Lightbringer guy wouldn't be here. I just wish I had some way of knowing he was on the level or not. Hey, what's that on my desk?
It's a glowing note card because it's Lightbringer.
I'd like to add a meeting to IT the roof, Police HQ mid come alone lig.
Ligma balls. Her. Just her. This might actually be my favorite panel of the whole comic. Her.
He's laughing at Ligma balls.
Oh, yeah, that's probably funny. Oh yeah, here's a pinup. Decided to put this little piece of fan art I made in commemoration. It's just fucking. It's fan art he made of himself. It is. And again, he doesn't fucking credit the artist here, of course. I think maybe he realized there's no point to that. Oh yeah, such allow me to link and copyright all these characters in the world's multiverse's finest of webcomic superheroes, and so there's a lot of references to other superheroes, I guess. Mechanical Girl Lisa A.N.T., Dacian Mind Mistress Creep Doc Hyperion, Unnamed Superhero from Cold Servings, and Green Avenger. I wonder if all these are still here. I don't care, though. You know what? I don't care. I'm not that interested. But yeah, coldservings.com, green-avenger.com, dochyperion.com, and genesis.com. This reminds me of a lot of indie comics. These names are like so generic, but at the same time, they're what other people are like, yeah, this is my original fucking new idea. Oh yeah, here's the cock chair, the penis chair.
Green Avenger redirects me to some kind of Chinese volleyball porn, I think.
Oh boy, yeah. I wouldn't want to fucking... Probably just got repurchased when the name lapsed. I don't think anyone's going to give a fuck.
That's a good chair.
Yes.
Do you think Carter Granholm made it himself?
The Carter Granholm constructed this chair himself. Fucking after, the city's low on rapists, so he's got to do something to pick up the slack. He made himself a rape chair. And he charges, and you know how much the chair costs? $10,000. It's made out of real plastic.
Business has been slow lately, so I haven't exactly had a problem with my employees relaxing a bit while on the job. I'm sometimes simply amazed at how people can lead ordinary lives, even in the face of all the crime that happens in this city.
I thought he was doing a good job of reducing the crime, though.
Still, I suppose it's only natural that not everything's so bad for everyone. There are 8 million people living in Pharaoh City, and they can't all have it as bad as I did, could they? 8 million people, huh?
Lots of rapes. Lots of girls to rape. Probably at least 4 million. 4 million possible rapes.
Maybe somewhere between 4 million and 8 million.
You missed the part where we found out that the reason why his hair turned blonde, I had no idea about this, he spray painted it.
Yellow fucking furniture spray paint.
Yeah, touch-up paint.
Just blasts it all over his face and eyes every morning.
Yeah,
and it does.
We're not even making that up. If you go back to it describes, shows the can, and says that it comes back out with 1 or 2 shampoos.
Multiple shampoos to wash this shit out of his hair.
Which then he has to reapply.
Yeah, then he has to put it back on when he goes out to be a Lightbringer again.
You would think he would just wear a cap or a hat.
Yeah,
or create a light construct shaped like his own hair.
Or a light construct that covers his head or his hair.
Or just aim more light at his hair so that it looks brighter.
But then he also explains how people, whenever someone tries to take a picture of him, that the glowing light emanating from him reduces his features, so people can't even fucking take a picture.
You would think that still, though, you think people, it's like he's begging to get caught. Because, I mean, he's spray painting his fucking hair blonde, then he has to wash it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking...
At some point, that's just going to destroy your hair.
Well, first off, it's going to destroy your hair. Secondly, if anyone notices that it's partially blonde while you're at the fucking furniture store, it's like, why is your hair suddenly blonde like that new superhero Lightbringer?
The one who keeps burning all the rapists' dicks. We still haven't gotten to that part necessarily, but I think it's coming soon, hopefully.
Well, yeah, I'm probably way behind. I'm looking at this fucking page of like a bunch of other different superheroes that are just like the most generic looking shit.
We're at the one where a blonde girl is in the furniture store sitting in a literal dick chair that's pink.
But I think that's the next page.
Yeah, it should be.
And there's a purple hair girl coming in doing a Nazi salute.
Yeah, that's right. She's a purple-haired alien girl with only one eye.
Doing a Nazi salute. Fuck face. Oh.
Look at her face.
This is about the time that I fucking just have already been skimming, though. But I don't know if you want to read
it turns out, I don't know which page I'm on, but it turns out he's flashing back and it's like, oh, this purple hair girl, this is the one that was getting raped in the alley. Did she escape? Did someone help her? How did this happen? How can she be smiling after being attacked like that? And it's like,
so brutally
these are all good questions. This is definitely something that shouldn't be happening at all. This is going to lead to some really uncomfortable fucking implications.
He's like, oh, I remember you. I let you be raped.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Now I want to know. Yeah, no. Now I have to know what happens next.
Michelle told me you wanted to be a stock girl. It's like a different type of girl who is a stock.
And she lifts up an entire table? So she's got superpowers also?
Nobody's strong enough to lift a table.
And then
what's she doing? Up on a whole table.
Wow. And then there's some more weird things. Also, this fucking description. The full story is at the beginning of issue number 3, and then Animu gay winky face, which I think he also used on the fucking gay sex RP message board that he used to post to.
Ew.
Let's see. The next one is the cop on the rooftop.
Who's this old guy? Yeah.
This is the police officer who goes,
be like, oh.
And then the Lightbringer leaves a glowing note.
The guy also says, fucking, you think you're the first guy who had pie in the sky dreams of taking on crime. 2 years ago, there was the Emerald Flame Killer. I assume you know what happened to him. So there are people with superpowers that have been before this. So this is not the first superhero.
Or vigilantes, I guess. I don't know. I'm now vigilante, strung up in front of police headquarters by the Emerald Flame Gang, if I remember or recall correctly.
He's T-posing, too. I guess he's T-posing to assert dominance over this fucking
But also,
cop.
he's using his hands to propel himself like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Even though he really shouldn't. He really needs to stop that.
Ugh, that's fucking... So yeah,
some of the seamier criminals and pharaohs have to offer, and then you'll tell me you won't kill them. It's like fucking okay. He's saying he won't kill anyone. Do you really? If the fucking police force are so sad, do you really think that you're going to be turning away somebody's help?
This is really bogged down at this point. It was so good before, but now it's getting kind of boring.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and now it's just turning into another one wall of text after the other.
Oh wait, no, 30% off Wicker at Grand Furniture. Grand Home Furniture.
But he also wants them to hurt the criminals. They want to hurt the criminals and not kill the criminals. I don't know if these people realize that it's a fine line between hurting some. Like if you break somebody's bone, you can kill them just from the shot.
I mentioned that too, and it's just like, oh look, Serpent is back though. Serpent, Meathead, and some crony. I've been planning to just beat the snot out of him on Friday and have the police arrest him when I came in to get the money I owe. So that's how he's getting out of fucking paying the money that he owes to this criminal gang. Is that he was just going to beat them up?
Just running up a tab. Gee, I'd like to see him.
Schlit.
I'd like to see him do that with the fucking IRS.
Yeah, here's this. I'm going to enjoy this. He's become just pure evil now.
He's machine gunning. Yeah, this last guy, kind of like the Shadow, but
yeah, he's just killing these people. Clearly.
Yeah, he's machine gunning this guy with like bolts of light that are cutting him, and it's like, how are you not gonna kill them? How are they not dying?
Wakey, Serpent. Well,
and then the very next page is fucking Rule 63, Lightbringer.
Sadly, it's like a better drawing. Did somebody else do this? Okay.
All I could think of, though, when I see this is like, okay, so Serpent is seeing him as a hot chick now?
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. It's like, oh no, he became a hot chick. He fucking...
And then I realized, oh no, okay, wait, hold on a second. This is some fan art that it just unfortunately placed. Yeah. It's a very unfortunate place to put this fan art.
This is usually why they put fan art in a separate page for a comic, but of course this clearly was not getting anyone looking at it. Nobody cared, nobody liked it. Because it sucked. It always sucked. And it continues to suck. But anyways,
slightly better than the rest of the art.
Yeah, it's actually weird how
this art is at the end of a story.
But when you go back to the fucking comic, it's so shitty.
This would go at the end of the story. He probably put extra work. I assume it's the same artist, and he put extra work into this hot chick.
No, but yeah, he says it's fan art that he requested from somebody. But though going to the next page, you look and it's like, oh man, the art is so it's so fucking bad. It's like there's almost no excuse even.
I don't know why he didn't like this himself.
He's just interrogating Serpent.
I could have drawn this myself.
You kidnap women and children off the streets.
And again, this is a wall of text.
Yeah. You're extorting blackmail people. You're still from the needy. Oh no.
You son of a bitch.
You're gonna tell me about your plans, you son of a bitch. Oh, and then here's finally an example of his powers where he drops Serpent into like a light trampoline in midair. But it's the art somehow gets even worse.
He could have broken his neck doing that anyway.
Yeah, he landed like head first. And yes, Lightbringer really made a rubbery net of light in order to stop Serpent from dying. Of course, what happens to him in the last panel doesn't seem to make him wish to save his life. Gay anime fucking.
I'm pretty sure that more people are fatally killed by jumping on trampolines than by having their dicks burned off by light constructs.
By constructs of light, it's true. Here's another fucking fan art from somebody else.
It's better to kick some ass than curse the darkness.
I'm gonna curse some ass and then kick the darkness. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm here to kick ass and curse darkness, and I'm all out of darkness.
Darkness, no parents. Anyways. So the fucking it brings into here's the thing. I can without even reading this, I can sum this up. He brings the fucking Serpent to the cop there. Now I don't have to read it.
Wall of text.
Who are they?
We're going to help bring down the slavers next. The end of the slavers? Question mark? Gee, I wonder.
You could read this whole comic without any text on it. Just remove all of the text and you'd still be able to follow the story. That's how good the conveyance of this artwork is.
The art conveys it so well. Wow,
that is honestly superior to a lot of other Comicsgate comics. Where you're trying to fucking follow along with the art, and if you just didn't read the dialogue, you would have absolutely no idea what the fuck you were looking at.
Is Linkara better than everyone in Comicsgate? And again, here's more. There's just like, there's a page and then fan art, and then fan art.
And this fan art is even worse. This fan art is really bad.
One of them was better, but yeah, most of these are worse. But again, a lot of these are from different characters that aren't from Lightbringer. In fact, he seems to be taking somebody else's character from their comic and making them a guest star or some shit.
Okay, this next page is actually kind of infuriating. I'm gonna fucking gloss over the fucking dialogue because I can't stand it. You're with the FBI? That's right. Okay, there. Case closed. They're with the FBI. But what the fuck are they standing on? It's like they've been halfway planted into like these slanted fucking bits of sod or something.
When I look at this, I immediately assumed that they had gone to the mall and they were just riding on the escalators.
They're just riding the escalators for fun.
But that's not what's happening because you see they don't come to an end. The fucking escalators don't have a fucking end point or a bottom. They don't clip off here.
Yeah, that's right. One just disappears into nothingness.
It's too bad there's no author commentary underneath this page to tell us what the fuck is going on in it.
It says the last lesson of Walter Kovacs dedicated to everyone who believes good and evil aren't subjective.
This fucking subtitle is infuriating, and I actually believe in the concepts of good and evil, but it's like, it's everyone who believes. It's so fucking sanctimonious.
Yeah, it's like self-congratulatory. But here, you go to the next page, fan art, next page, fan art, next page.
It's a sketch too. It's not it's not complete.
It's for other characters too.
This one looks like her bottom lip got punched in a fucking day before.
Redesign Hannah fan art week continues. Why? Who cares?
Why would you need a week of fan art? Man, a lot of this is really fucking ugly looking. You know me, I don't give that much of a fuck. But the fan art looks ugly. Why is this head, his brain, he's got the fucking microcephaly,
the brainlet fucking vision.
He's a total brainlet.
Here, though, I skipped ahead. I skipped ahead past all of the fan art back to another giant fucking wall of text.
But yeah, look at his fucking head. He's literally just like
his head.
Fucking a flat a flat top hair and eyeballs.
All right, and then the next page, another fan art thing.
His ears are nearly at the top of his skull.
He should just have no ears, like the guy with no ears from Tales Gets Trolled, obviously.
Yeah, and then another fan art. This one's not as bad, but it's just a face, and it's just like, I don't give a shit. This person is lying on the floor, and this other person is like cocked backwards and sideways. I think that is Carter Granholm. But the fucking purple-haired lady.
He's trying to explain how he ran away from her being raped, and she starts laughing. What? And then, again, next page, instead of explaining, is another, I guess, redesign Hannah fan art week continues. Why?
Why are you redesigning the character that you're already fucking doing?
Yeah. Here's another one. I've gone through 3 so far, and not a single page of the comic so far is continued.
Okay, 4. And then we finally get back to it, and it's just, she's just got a floating head.
A floating head that's like a fucking sideways...
A giant floating head of
Hannah parentheses thing.
Side mouth. Snout nose.
It's that fucking curved box parentheses thing, though.
Her ear is gigantic.
Her ear is bigger than her fucking eyeball. Well, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
No, her ear is like fucking 3 times bigger than her eye.
She's explaining, though. She's explaining what happened is that, man, the city got so far gone. When I got, she's like, I was orphaned when I was young, so I learned how to survive in the streets.
I can't stand reading this shit anyway. I don't care. I don't care. She punched out the guy. She punched out the rapist. Whatever.
Yeah, after
I assume she has superpowers.
Help, I finally just punched the guy's lights out and walked off with Michelle, who had stayed close in case I needed help, but she was yelling for help already in this scene. It's such a retcon. It's clearly a retcon because he wanted to have this girl in the comic, but he wanted her to not actually have been raped because then she would be spoiled.
Well, first off, she'd be spoiled, and secondly, it would actually be kind of awkward to explain. I ran away and let you be raped. And it's still awkward.
Yeah, he realized he didn't want to have done that in his comic.
He probably isn't a good enough writer to write a story about a girl who got raped.
No.
Or anything else.
On top of that, he wants to just make it go away. Like, the rape that he straight up implied, he's like, you know what? I want to just make that so that never happened, so I can just pretend that rapes just don't exist anymore.
Also, Carter Granholm did nothing wrong.
Carter Granholm was completely justified in running away that time because she was actually totally okay the whole time.
Well, he can be a superhero all he wants.
If you go to the next page, it's revealed that Carter Granholm has had the entire top half of his head cut off.
It's just fucking gone. It's got microcephaly.
His head is imploding. His skull is just collapsing into itself.
And again, the ears are like an inch away from the top of his skull, which is flat now.
Yes. He clearly took the same drawing and just copied it here and just changed the hair color and then put the thing over the eyes.
And then he also used the line tool to fucking add a microphone.
Yeah.
Lewis Lovehog doesn't want to write stories about rape. He just wants to use rape as an easy ploy to make his villains more deplorable.
And then complain about it in his reviews of other comics later.
Rape is my favorite plot device. Oh yeah, that's right. He's like one of the guys who was like pushing the whole fridging of women in comics bullshit. He was one of the first.
Yeah, he would criticize Frank Miller for writing female characters as whores who get raped or whatever. But then all these chicks are a bunch of fucking whores who get raped.
They're all a bunch of whores.
We didn't just make up the part where someone's fucking dick gets burned off, did we? Because I remember that quite vividly.
Fabricated memories about someone getting their dick burned off.
It wasn't in this comic. My brother who suggested that. It was one of the other people in this call.
Yeah, it was somebody else.
I was promised dick burnings. I don't see any dick burnings.
Yeah, because this is way further past the point where I've ever read this dog shit comic before.
Yeah, no, I never read past page 3.
Here's the one where he goes into a building by he like heats up their vent or whatever, which I don't think fucking even makes sense. But now he doesn't have legs.
That wouldn't do anything. It's a fucking exhaust vent.
But you go to the next page, he doesn't have legs anymore. His legs are just gone. They're cut off right below the fucking waist.
Yeah, it's not him kneeling either because it's not fucking.
So his dick is almost gone now.
His dick is nearly gone.
Oh yeah,
he's got the powers to fucking
having a
fly.
Whore auction. This fresh whore is ready to serve you in every way. Look at those tears. She's so happy. I want to punch something, even a woman. I think he wants to punch the girl.
Sure, but he's got the powers of flight. You don't think he could have flown in there immediately without any trouble and handled this immediately? He's got the power of flight because his hands burn at 9,000 degrees, hot enough to heat the fucking atmosphere. It's causing global warming. There's no more fucking glaciers.
Has he ever considered becoming invisible?
If he can
bend the light around
him so that people can't see him. But then maybe they would just see a dark spot. I don't know.
No, it would bend the light around so that. I mean, he probably still would be visible slightly because he sucks.
That's true. He does.
He's using another page later. He's going through the filing cabinets, sneaking through the offices to find the records.
Yeah, he's using his powers to open a filing cabinet.
He used his power. It's literally the thing I said I was making fun of when he makes a construct that's just hands to unzip a man's pants. But in this case, he's doing it to open a filing cabinet, and this is back in 2006.
Yeah, it's like late 2000, August 2006. He's using his light powers to make a construct of like 3 little hands to open a filing cabinet, and
they're like 3 fingers or something to pull open a filing cabinet and fucking grab a file, and he's just grabbing like a random one, like he knows which one he's going for.
Holy shit!
These are financial records for donations.
Wrong voice.
Public schools, cancer research groups, homeless shelters. At least 30% of all the money the slavers make go directly to charities.
Wait, so actually they're fucking donating to charity. These guys aren't really the bad guys.
So they're good?
They're actually kind of good guys, and you're kind of fucking jerk off for trying to stop them. It reminds me a little bit of that one. It's like the fucking doc mission in fucking it's like the opening main mission of fucking Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I played as fucking Nosferatu, and I was using stealth. I had stealth. I was using stealth to sneak around.
Right beside a list of school districts in Pharaoh City in need of financial aid is a leather-bound copy of the complete works of the Marquis de Sade.
Oh no! These guys are bad guys because they have a book by Marquis de Sade.
They're clearly evil, novels. But they're also very cultured. They're very cultured slavers.
You know, you can learn a lot about a man from the context of hang on, let me try that again. You know, you can learn a lot of forget it.
Do it in the goofy voice.
Yeah, do it in the Linkara voice. You know, you can learn a lot.
No, you can learn a lot about a man from the content of his bookshelf.
For example, I don't own Mein Kampf. That means I am not a Nazi. I can't be a Nazi. I don't own Mein Kampf.
Literally impossible. Why does the leader of the slavers have a list of charities is he assisting in the same room as the writings that could be considered the Sadism Bible? This is worse writing.
Book.
The fact that Linkara would criticize anyone else's writing is incorrect of him. He's a bad person for doing it.
The fact that he would fucking be angry that somebody does an impersonation of him, he's so fucking angry about. Did we even mention?
To be honest,
have we mentioned that yet?
Out of all the qualities that make Linkara a dumb, stupid, bad person, the fact that he got pissed off about somebody doing an impersonation of him means that he's really stupid.
He's very touchy.
Are we going to continue? Because something crazy happens in the next page.
Oh yeah, the next page.
Are we going to continue though? Because that means we're going to do another part. We'll have to cut off here. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.